get lucky. Get to the corner for quick respawns. First part's pretty slow. Okay, well, this is a really good one. Crit strike, I think, is really only good up to about 30-35%. Then it starts to really lose its value. But if you can get this, you don't need to take crit. There's usually one good crit on most enemies will kill them. So this is really good too, but this is more rare. We can still get size later on. So now we're guaranteed to crit on the first shot. It's huge. Shot everything for a little bit. Okay, smite I don't really like. The delay. Ring on the ground, 3-second delay, then it does damage. Does heal you, but the cooldown. Firewalls does good damage, but it's over time. It's kind of a set it and forget it, but I'm not a big fan of the dots, but Firewall is pretty good. Archers are really strong. Since we're a range build, we applied the buff stack fragility does increase damage. Attack speed, range projectiles, kind of a theme we should try to go with. Both of these are great. Pretty much equal in value in my mind. Well, attack speed would be more valuable, but since this is an uncommon and it's not 3% and 6%, I would take it in this case. If they were both green, I would take the attack speed. Never take poison unless the other two are defensive skills and you don't have banishes or rerolls. We'll probably get to some of those tough decisions later when we run out of options. Don't need critical strike chance, we guarantee crit on the first hit. Buckshot damage is decent, but we're gonna have a bunch of skills. Attack speed affects everything. Attack speed is one of the best DPS choices. Flame Wave is good damage, keeps them off of you. Stuns. Warhammer's okay. Power Blast is okay. I've had runs with both of these and I mean, you can do it. It's not like they're bad, but to me they're not ideal. Oh, range, we're gonna keep them off of us. I guess Flame Wave is decent. So we get like a multi-strike buff for specific projectile or range or something. We might drop this later, but try not to use any rerolls and banishes if you don't have any progression in those. Area of effect of all skills, yeah, this is a no-brainer. Movement speed I would almost never take unless it was worse option, same with magnetic. Always go DPS. Just try to utilize this dash quite a bit, pretty quickly. I'm not really a fan of any of these. We already apply fragility. This is decent damage, reduces our movement speed. I usually end up taking about one of these, just because I can, but too many of these, you start moving slow and causes problems. Frost is a good debuff, but doesn't do any damage. Archers should apply every debuff we have. So this isn't a dot, it's just a debuff that makes them take more damage if we don't one-shot them, so take a weakness. See the archers, how effective they are. I'm just gonna point in the corner. You take damage. With you. Try to keep them out of the AoEs as well. Thrust is a decent bleed. I'd say average. Smite, once again, I don't like. Firebolt is surprisingly very strong. With the single big targets. So normally anything like this, block power, I would banish. In fact, I am gonna go ahead and same with this. Area of effect of everything, fragility or fireball damage. Firebolt's pretty solid, pretty good. It's gonna be our elite boss hitter. More defense stuff, always banish it. Crit strikes have a 50% chance of flying bleed. We're guaranteed a crit on the first hit. Apply bleed, which increases crit chance. Dot. This is a longer 15-second dot. The reason I hate dots is you can kill things in 1 or 2 hits most of the time. So 10 seconds of damage is such a waste. It's overkill. But increasing crit chance after the initial crit bleed. That kid. First boss, run this guy down. Intimidating shout, weakens enemies, reducing their damage. Total waste. Just dodge it. Need to reduce their damage. I've tried this a couple times. It seems average. It does crit hard, but cooldown. Long cooldown, and the area's not that big. The damage isn't that great. Like Meteor would be doing 1,000 or so. Go with Void. Void's even longer cooldown, less damage, but it stacks up the buff. These things in, helps keep a little control. Since it is random, you're not always going to get what you want, but sometimes you gotta take some of the things that you get. Overall damage is always good. Archers are really strong. They're one of the strongest spells, so I'm gonna lean on my archers. We don't have any multicast yet, do we? Nope. Which is probably the strongest. AoE. Cast. Not a fan of poison. Over 15-second damage. Thrust is decent. Just because it applies bleed, does decent damage, but still a good amount of damage over time. Intimidating shot is garbage. This is definitely a reroll. Thunderstrike, one of the other more OP skills in the game. See, look at this, it already does 800 damage. Stuns, confuse, increased crit strike on targets that actually live through this. but anything he strikes is going to crit. It's going to be the first hit. Also, just like that. So we're doing pretty decent with the skills we got. Damage at Thunderstrike. It's really overkill on these lesser enemies, but it's really strong for the boss. See, it's already one upgrade, it's doing 1,000. Now let's get everything firing off quicker. The only thing we're missing is like the Bloodlust or Might, which I really love. Power Blast is okay. Subdue is great, actually. If you can't apply Fragility, if we're not this character or any other character, Subdue is really good because Fragility is so strong. It is physical melee instant. It might not go with a lot of builds, but if you're in the need of doing more damage, Subdue applying Fragility, it's really strong. So is Frostbolt, just because that low cooldown. You get some more attack speed or Bloodlust. These Frostbolts going off real fast, especially with some multi-strike. Really big fan of Frostbolt. But we've got our set skills. If anything, we're just going to replace like Flame Wave, maybe Void, Bloodlust or Might, so I'm just going to go with this. I hate this. Rotate around you, fire damage, yeah, but it just means you're having to get close and risk taking damage. With Firebolt damage again. I don't want to focus too hard on Firebolt, just kind of get in there. All damage taken, see, this is garbage. If you don't get hit, it's useless. Buckshot's not a huge source of damage, it's the source of the debuff. Effect size doesn't really help with the archers. This is potentially going to go if we get our buffs. Same with Void, so what size of Firebolt, Thunderstrike? I guess we can go with the buckshot damage. Just fire pretty quick. There's attack speed on it. I will go over multicast just since that's 4%. So I don't have any of this. Mages are, they're okay. They're kind of like the mages in the game. They throw that bomb at you, it has travel time, and most of the time enemies get out of the way of it, it seems. But when they connect, it's powerful. Shield wall, defense, 4 out of every 21 seconds. Yeah, garbage. Alright, so this is a bunch of garbage. I will actually choose a slow over the fire. Really there was the Thunderstrike. Once again, we have Thunderstrike. If you have to get a dot or a debuff, Doom isn't too bad just because it can execute itself and it has a short 5-second duration. Thunderstrike's dots. Meteor Shower used to be busted. It's pretty balanced now. I'd say it's average. It's a lot of small hits, good at applying debuffs if you do want to make a debuff build. Which you can. Just think it's not ideal. Thunderstrike area effect. So this Thunderstrike's really rocking now. We need to get Bloodlust or a bunch of attack speed. Start firing this off quicker. Some multicast. Burn, apply, chill. This is all such garbage. Reroll. Very effective Void, damage Fireball. Every time you apply, it's like a chill 50% chance of a flying fragility. This is actually very strong. And another ways outside of Subdue of getting fragility on other characters. that don't have buckshot. In fact, it's so strong that I'm gonna take it. Because I already have a 40% chance to attach it with every one of my big wheels. It's gonna be a lot of extra fragility. And here we go. We can start getting into the multicast. 60%. Not much, but it's a start. Tree wheels fire off. 2 shot garbage. What's verdict? Meteor's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. Got our skills though. Let's keep coming in on that gas actually. That's a good one, but let's please avoid attack speed is great. Yeah, this thing's already one shot stuff. Taking this again, see I already have it, where's it at there? Taking this again just increases the movement speed. If it doesn't increase it to like 80% chance. So, I've already got it. Damage, overall damage, not exciting, but very useful. Frostbolt's awesome, but we're full on our skills. Unless we get to physical damage, buckshot is the only one. 4%. 2, 3, 4, 16. Multi-strike, thunder strike. Little dash and archer damage is huge. Got our skills. Not happy with any of these. Use a reroll. Might. Here we go. We get might. Place blast wave. Flame wave. Duration or potency. We get bloodlust. Increase our attack speed. Reduce cooldown of might. We get permanent uptime on it. If we don't, this is going to be very helpful. But just increasing that damage that might give us by 20% to 60% is really strong. Take the green over the purple. Here we go, multi-shot, buckshot, a chance I believe to apply poison, a dot on top of a dot. This is rare and looks cool, but it's really garbage. Obviously, the multi-cast buckshots are really strong. Because now we're just applying fragility stacks so much faster to anything that doesn't just instantly die. Got our skills, just looking for bloodlust. Don't need crit strike chance because our very first ability, 100% crit, first strike. Go crit damage, you hit escape to see your stats. So crit damage, 2 1/4. AoE of thunder strike. Either one of these are probably really good. Thunder strike is really strong. Frequency of my cooldown reduction. I mean, this is 2% away from the last one we saw. This one's only green. So increasing the duration, just reduce the cooldown. I mean, it's the same effect in general. It's for everything, so. Just crit these guys for, what is that, 3,529? See in a second if they're dead. I was actually shooting the rest of my stuff away from it just to see if I could one-shot those elites with Lightning Strike, Thunder Strike. Don't need crit or dot, let's do Thunder Strike. Yeah, let's go. These are garbage. Unless you get one of these that's like rare epic or something in the first couple of levels. Anytime after that, it's not gonna get you an extra level to make up for taking this. They're off just taking damage. Damage is king. See how fast everything dies. My dots are pretty pointless. Very effective void. Which would be nice. I'm hoping for Bloodlust. We're getting close to the end though. So we'll just go with the experience points. Let's go. Chain Lightning's really good. The melee version, the Thunderclap of what we have, Thunder Strike, is not as good. In my opinion. Chain Lightning's really good though. Buckshot damage. Archers take 2 less damage. Yeah. We recast them often enough. Multicast. Crit damage, yeah. Damage. This buckshot is our weakest ability. First hit. Times the first hit. So the damage is good. The golem is trash. It'll help keep you alive, but it's not gonna really do much damage. Damage or projectile? Projectile, only one has Firebolt. Nope. Spawn these things. increase. Probably a waste. So it just murders everything it touches. That poor dog. Just lightning bolt and the jump disappeared. Damn, it just summons. Well, looks like we're not getting bloodlust. Let's multicast forward. Multicast rare and legendary versions of them. They're super strong. Taking some of the weakest skills in the game. Quite useful. Damage of holy, we don't have holy, but might is holy, so it does increase potency of buffs. You have to look out for these, because they have ones for the other buffs as well. But yeah, 20% extra. Duration of might. Yeah, we never got bloodlust for all that attack speed. Permanent, so this should make it permanent. Didn't make it permanent. Some did. 12-second duration. That void. Doom is the best dot. It's a short duration. Casting void like this, stack them up. I'm just gonna hit all of these guys. Area effect of Thunderstrike, sure. Spider guys, here's against the web. Damage. To where when I die, I am resurrected to half-life. Hopefully we won't have to use that. And he'll just fall over here in a second. He's got 78 doom stacks on him. So bleed, fragility, burn, slow. I guess multicast, this is really irrelevant, because one of us is going to die in the next couple of seconds. But here we go. He's dead. Dodge that. See how we did? Yeah, Thunderstrike, 2.5 million. Archer's 1.5, buckshot. See, look at the level. We had level 7 buckshot. Took a lot of it. We only took 2 archers. Did the same damage. No aiming involved. Firebolt? Yeah, not so much. I think just because everything else was killing it faster. Void, kind of like whatever. I guess I'd rather have Bloodlust, but I'll show how much Might was doing, but yeah. Super strong. Wait, was that? I just set a new record. finally setting records. Didn't even really feel super strong or fast. I didn't get bloodlust, but it just goes to show you how strong these skills are. Particularly Thunderstrike. Yeah. Hope that helps.